So to pick up on where I left off last time in the video, I just want to elaborate on some more things and hopefully explain it in a way that is a lot clearer than I did in the last one. One of the things is about storytelling, which I've been discussing for a while, and the issue of complexity versus simplicity, and what the biggest obstacle, I think, in that is. And I think the reason why, in many of these cases, I will tend to become too theoretical or over explain things and pause the story and try to explain things I think is, and not know how to illustrate things better, is because I don't actually, I think the key thing is I don't actually have a very solid understanding of what those things are. And so I think that constantly signaling, like I think I've mentioned before, constantly signaling a certain kind of knowledge or information about something, and making sure, desperately making sure that people understand, while you're also trying to dramatize something and you're trying to make it entertaining and interesting, I think in my case shows a certain level of insecurity. When something is not completely solid in my own knowledge, my own understanding. And I think that when somebody gets the hang of something, a certain kind of material, a certain kind of form of literature, a time in history, whatever it is, they can communicate it in any form. They can show it, they can tell it, they can write it in a song form. And that's something that I'm not really sure if I know how to do yet. Which is why I think particularly when I look at a lot of these examples, these stories, even these examples that I mentioned of Peter Pan and whatever, that there's a certain kind of, I guess you could say a kind of purity about those stories that I, as an author, as a personality in the artistic world, lack. No, that's not a moral judgment. I'm not making a judgment about my personality or my character. I'm just saying that it's really about skill. It's about technique, really. And I think a lot of that I'm going to get more into when I start developing this. Well, I'm thinking about perhaps making it a coaching session or a course online. I've been formulating many different paths, many different ideas, but the bottom line is I want to discuss how to not only develop characters and how to develop plot and many of the rudimentary stuff about storytelling, but also be able to focus on how to craft a message in a story, and that, I would say, is a combination of three things. It's really about the political context, the historical context, and the social context. And when you put them all together, those things can help. Not that there's any real science to it, but it is certainly something I want to go into more detail as I actually try to relay some of my own knowledge and also my own mistakes, things I've done wrong, in a slightly more academic form, or if not in one-on-one coaching. It really depends, but it's just something that I've been continuing to mull over, work on, and for right now I'm just trying to absorb as much material as I can, just so that I can hone a lot of those skills much more.